Jono, you join us here, our weekly catch-up. We're in the media centre this week, chatting just a few days after a thumping great victory down in Glamorgan.
Yeah, very good performance down there. Everything we've spoken about pre-season, we did pretty well in that game. But after we reviewed the game, we still found there were areas that we felt we could get better at, which is a great point from our side, to have a good victory like that, but also know that we've left something out there and we can do better with some of the areas that we've been working on.
Yeah, you've set some pretty high standards this year. I know, obviously, you look at the table: draw against Derbyshire, win against Glamorgan. We beat them in 2 days and an hour, so 2 days off for the boys practically. You're still looking at that one with a view to what improvements can we make. The win's a win, yes, but it's not all about the win.
Yeah, we've set ourselves some sort of identity stuff that we want to be seen to be how we play our cricket, how we want to play our cricket, and how we're seen to play our cricket. And I thought we actually did that really well against Derby and couldn't quite force the win. And we did it at times, like high percentage of times, especially with the ball at Glamorgan. But just with our bat a little bit, we didn't quite hit those sort of areas that we were looking to be better at. So, as I said, you got a good win in 2 days, so let's not take anything away from that. But there are areas that we know we can do better in.
Absolutely. Gutting, obviously, for Esky to miss out on the Glamorgan game after hitting 100 here against Derbyshire. But obviously, we did get the opportunity to see Shaheen in action, which was great. His debut for the club, picked up 4 wickets, fitting like a hand in a glove. He must have been pretty pleased.
Yeah, he's been brilliant actually. He comes in with a lot of enthusiasm. He loves bowling. He's very keen just to get the ball and bowl as much as he possibly can. He's always looking to take wickets, but that doesn't mean to say he goes for lots of runs either. So he's got a great combination. That's why he's one of the best in the world. He can feel like he's trying to take wickets, but actually not go for too many runs at the same time. But he just adds value all round. In the change room, he's great. And as you saw, performance-wise, even with the bat, he went out and entertained with the bat and got us to a decent score. So yeah, all in all, he's been brilliant so far, and really looking forward to obviously coming and playing at Lords.
A word on Peter. Obviously, Peter came in brilliant. Winter for him, summer for him, winter for us in Australia. Led Vic to the Sheffield Shield final. Averaged 50. Came back, scored a blob. He must be gutted, and I'm sure we're gutted for him.
Yeah, tough start for him.
Yeah.
I know how desperately he wants to come in and score runs. In practice, he's looked very good, and again looked very good. Probably just reverted a little bit in the game, which he understands and he's seen. He's aware of, so I expect him to come out in the next game and really show us what he's about. As I said, he works incredibly hard in the background, and everything I see in the nets at the moment shows a really good player. So I'm sure that's just a small blip at the start, straight off the plane and into a game.
Yeah, I'd agree. He looked outstanding in nets this morning. So you talk about those small improvements that you want to see. Obviously, there is a little bit of loose stroke play in our innings. Is that what kind of margins are you looking to see improvement in?
Yeah, look, loose stroke play. It's just we've practiced hard in pre-season about the moving ball and about defending our wickets. With our life basically, and leaving the ball outside off stump as much as we can, but also cashing in to anything that's loose. And we did that brilliantly against Derby here, and we just went away from it a little bit, at Glamorgan. I'm just crossing hairs a little bit here. It was still obviously good, but we know we can do that a little bit better. The way that Simo played was exactly how. That's the benchmark. That's how we want to play. Yeah. Left everything outside off. Defended with his life when the ball was straight and cashed in on anything that was loose. And as innings go, that's one of the best I've seen, and certainly the best I've seen Simo play since I've been here over the last sort of 10 years, 12 years. So that for him is also a benchmark and something that he can really work with now.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd agree. You've got an embarrassment of riches at your disposal with the ball, which saw you obviously picking Tillan as a spinner, didn't get to turn his arm over. What's the logic on firstly picking Tills in the side, and obviously your decision not to bowl him hardly came back to bite you?
All right, thanks, Raj. No, it's look, we when we looked at the wicket at Glamorgan, it looked like it might seam around a little bit, but also looked like it would dry out as the game went on, and we didn't get that opportunity for it to dry out because our seam bowlers bowled so well on that wicket. So Tills unfortunately didn't get a chance to show us what he's got, And then since then, unfortunately, he's got a sore shoulder and won't be in the squad for this next game either. So Luke Holman will come into the squad for that game. So yeah, unfortunate for Tills not to get a bowl and also then to be out the next squad.
Yeah, tough game.
Tough game.
Toby RolandJones, quick word on Tobes. Look back to his very best 8 wickets there in Glam. Looks superb, didn't he?
He's been brilliant both games. We know how good a bowler Toby is, and when he's fit and raring to go, he's right up there with the best. I think I can't remember what year it was now, maybe 2018 when I was here last. And Richard Scott, the then coach, Toby was out for the season. I remember him saying it's like Real Madrid losing Ronaldo.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And everyone laughed about it, but he adds so much value to our team, the way he bowls, but also, you know, he came in with a very crucial 60 as well. And our lower order did what we were asking them to do. They got stuck in, and we put on, you know, an incredible amount of runs from 6 wickets down. So from that point of view, again, that hit our markers, the areas we want to be really good at. And I don't want this to seem, you know, like a negative interview in terms of the way the Glamorgan game went, because it was brilliant. You know, you can't ask for more in that sense as a result. But we try and review not just the result, the actual way we're trying to play our cricket. So that's where, you know, we can just improve a little bit more.
I suppose if you come out of a 2-day win with some negatives and some areas of improvement, then Lord knows where we're going to be. But just want a quick word on Leicestershire.
Yep.
Obviously they got thumped last time out. That's no indicator as to how this week's going to go. But what are you making of them as a side?
Well, the last couple of years when I have played against them, they've actually been a hard-working team. They're very difficult to bowl out, and they come up and they bowl disciplined. It's the way Nico has set them up, and you know that you're in a battle to try and beat them. So I don't expect anything different here. We are playing nicely at the moment, and we'll still concentrate on our game and get our markers right. And if we do all the right things from our point of view, we know that we can compete with anyone.
You mentioned 12 of the 13 that went down to Glamorgan will stay in for this one. Obviously, you've got Luke coming in for Tills with that shoulder issue. You'll have seen the wicket. Any thoughts on what the 11 might be? Are you looking to go seam heavy, or is Luke going to get a run out?
You will be the third to know, Fletch, when that happens. We've got 13 here. We'll make the final decision tomorrow morning. We'll have a look at what the overheads are like and what the wicket's like in the morning. They can change quite quickly here, so we'll make that decision in the morning.
Absolutely.
But you will be the third to know.
That's very kind of you, after your mum and your missus.
That's it.
Last word, Jono, on the strength of the squad. Obviously, you've had players out, you've had players come in, you've had more players out, more players come in. No signs of any weakness on the squad here. You've got, it seems to me, like a heck of a lot of kind of backup in all departments. You look at Josh, 80 odd in the first game, missed out in the second game. Esky, obviously 100 first game, missed out through injury in the second game, but you're managing to fill those slots without any negative impact on the side.
Yeah, it's something we spoke about a lot in pre-season about competition for places and how we can. The only way we can be competitive is if people are knocking on the door. And I think I've said in these interviews before, you know, you want to create an environment that if you're in, you've got to work hard to stay in, and if you're out, you've got to work hard to get in. And if you can create that, that means the players that do get their opportunity take their opportunity. And that creates a really a good environment for people to compete to try and get in, and that's what we've got at the moment. It's really unfortunate that Josh, obviously, you know, first game comes in for Robbo and does incredibly well, and then misses out as Robbo comes back. Now, you know, as a young player, sometimes that's tough to take, but he's a really good character, and what he's done in his case in particular has shown that he can play at this level, and so he's still knocking on the door. He's still in the squad. He'll have opportunities, and that's what you want all the way through. And Luke's opportunity, if he plays, you know, and bowls and bats, it's his chance to impress if he gets that opportunity, and that's what it's about. And then, you know, and then it'll be Tills' turn to try and win his place back type thing. So, you know, it's all. That's what you need from a squad to be competitive, and the boys have certainly done that and make my decision on who plays very, very difficult. And you feel like a bit of the Grim Reaper at times, going around telling people they're not playing when actually their performances still deserve or warrant a place. So, But that's, as they say, as I've said before, football managers always say it's a nice problem to have, but actually when you're in it, it's quite a difficult one.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Well, look, John, good luck in Game 6, the big one. Hopefully we can keep this run going. Another performance like Glamorgan will be just what we're after. And looking forward to seeing Shaheen and Peter make their first appearances at Lords.
Absolutely.
Well,
Cheers.
This year anyway. For
This
Peter.
year.
Thanks, John.
Cheers. Bye.